Hey, I'm out here looking at my Celeste fig, and figs are starting to pop up. Look at that. We're at the 5th of April, and figs are starting. Now, when I bought this tree, wow, probably 3 years ago, of course it's way smaller than this, but look how it branched off at the bottom. I don't know why it split like that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn some lemons into lemonade. What I mean by that is I'm gonna turn this into a separate tree. These are Siamese twins and I'm about to separate them. That's almost perfect. Okay, so what I've done is I went around the circumference of the tree and I'm trying to cut below the green cadmium layer. And then right here, I'm gonna lift up the flap. And usually what happens is when you do this, you expose the green layer. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go below the green layer so I don't have to scrape. Are you helping or are you in the way? Slipping the knife in here. The cool thing with figs is they're very, very easy to root. Very easy, okay. Look at that. Oh, I was trying to get it off in one piece. But see, here's that green layer I was talking about. You can kind of see it right there, the green. I want to get to the white meat. Almost had it. Oh well, it was a nice try. And this is the best time to do this because the juices are flowing in the tree. What happens is in the wintertime, everything goes back down into the roots to keep the tree alive. When the tree wakes up, all the juices and water flows up and it brings the tree alive for the summertime for fruit. Okay, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna put the rooting hormone all the way around. In my soil, I have perlite to make the soil fluffy, clean gloves, no contaminants.
What is it?
Rooting hormone. Speeds up the process of roots. You know, I don't know exactly how this works and how the tree stays alive, but what happens is with the bark and the green, it communicates to the tree going up. So what I did is I blocked the communication by cutting off. It's like a vein. I just cut it off. So how the tree still stays alive at the top, I haven't figured out yet. Okay, squeeze all the air out. Got my inspector checking my work. Okay, let me go get my aluminum foil, which I forgot. Hold 2 ticks, 3 ticks, hold a second. And what this does is it gives the appearance that the tree and the roots are underground, which encourages the roots to grow. A little locking agent. Don't want any water or anything to get in here. All right, there we go. This is another way to create another fig tree. I got a special tree over here. This is my blood peach, my Indian blood peach. And last year we had a storm. I had a tree right there. What happened is the branch fell and it hit right in the middle and it took a big chunk of this tree out. Well, I'm looking at this tree now and I kind of don't like the way it's growing because of this branch right here. See the angle and see how it's going that way? Eventually that branch could snap and it's going to grow all the way over there into the front part of the yard. I'm looking at that and I kind of don't want that. So I want it to go straight up. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this part right here. Maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not. I just think that in the future it's going to snap on this weight. So might as well turn it into a tree. I'm going to cut right here. I'm not seeing any green, but I know the tree is still alive because of all the leaves and flowers. I hear my helper coming. Always want to get in front of the camera. This tree actually flowered and bloomed. This is the third time. And guess what? I've never gotten a peach off of here. You want to know why? One word. One word, that is squirrels. My nemesis. Okay, get in here, look at this. Somebody's rustling through the leaves, making a lot of noise. How you expect to sneak up on a groundhog if you're making that much noise? Not bad, this piece is coming off pretty good. Haha, not bad. I'm happy about that. Okay, look at that, I almost got it off in one piece. And I got all the green, I exposed the white meat. That's what you want. I'm gonna keep doing this until I become a professional. One thing that interests me is this is on a rootstock, and the rootstock is either disease resistance or it's a height requirement built into the rootstock. This is being cut above the rootstock, so will the tree grow to the rootstock or will it grow to the original? I'm guessing it's gonna have the rootstock DNA in it. That's my guess. Okay, that part is done. Get out all the air to retain moisture. All right. Kind of happy I got out here today. I've been delaying this process. I've been kind of tired and I got talked into doing this today, so I'm thankful for that. Oh, that's not going anywhere. That is good. Trick the tree into thinking it's underground by making it dark. And I'm gonna check on this in another 6 weeks. But I am gonna pay attention to the blooms to make sure that this tree does not die. Not on my watch. That's not going anywhere. Oh, another successful operation. We'll check on the patient in about 6 weeks, but I'm gonna continue to come out to look at her, make sure that she's healing correctly. And in 6 weeks, I'm gonna look for roots, but also too, it's blooming season. So we're gonna get some peaches off of here Indian blood peaches. I'm gonna move this tree. If it's successful, I'm gonna move it to the other side of the garden into the food forest, and then I'm gonna build up over there. And we're raining literature. All right, thanks for watching.